Just give me a minute and we will get started. This has got to be the largest swearing in history.
Mayor, are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes, can you hear us?
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Yes, I can. Sorry I can't be there in person.
Not a problem.
I just saw a clone of you.
Yeah. That's right.
That's your clone, right?
Yeah, I wish.
All right.
Sometimes you feel like you need one.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm going to call the December 16th meeting of the West Des Moines City Council to order and invite you all to stand to join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, please sign in.
All right, we have 3 members present in the chambers and 1 on the phone.
Okay, are there any changes to the agenda?
No changes, Your Honor.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the agenda as distributed?
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Please vote.
Aye.
4 yes.
Okay, item 2, Citizens Forum. If there's anybody here that would like to address the council on any item that is not either part of public hearings or new business, this is your time. Please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record, and we'd ask that you keep it to 5 minutes or less. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, my name is Srijan Kareem. I live on 1225 28th Street, West Des Moines. I am here to thank the City Council from the bottom of my heart for their effort in making the Athene Bridge happen. As a West Des Moines resident and a cyclist, the closest place for me to cross the Raccoon River safely on the east side was the bridge at Waterworks Park, and on the west is that Grand Prairie Parkway way out in the west. The other options to cross are the I-35 and Highway 28 south of Valley Junction, but they currently do not have the infrastructure for pedestrians or cyclists to cross safely or legally. So again, I would like to thank every member of the council for making this bridge happen. But I would also like to take this opportunity to state a request to the City Council members. And I preface this request by saying that I am a recreational and commuter cyclist by choice, and not because of any disability such as seizures or astigmatism or due to any financial constraints. My household owns 2 vehicles, but being a cyclist means putting fewer miles on my vehicles, which also have reduced just my gas and vehicle insurance bill by $800 a year, which is a bigger financial benefit than I have gotten from the reduction of property taxes. I also am a cyclist because it makes me feel connected to the community I live in, and I feel good about not dirtying the air with my car's exhaust or dirtying our water systems with tire runoffs. But I implore the City Council members to simply observe the amount of infrastructure and space dedicated to vehicles to exist when they're not moving with mandated garage spaces and free parking, and compare it to the infrastructure and space designated for pedestrians and cyclists when they are moving. And I asked the City Council members to observe how a vehicle can take a right turn at a red light, but a pedestrian has to press a button for the walk sign to change, even though the reason for the stoplight to exist is cars. I asked the council members to observe how we have crossing guards during school hours for children's safety, knowing that the risks to pedestrians at intersections, and yet we increase the risk to pedestrians by widening the street width at intersections. I want the City Council members to ask why Ashworth can get 12 feet turn lanes in addition to two 12 feet travel lanes, but cannot be bothered to even have a 4 feet bike lane near the curb. I'm not trying to imply that pedestrians and cyclists be treated as if we are federal protected class, but I ask council members to simply observe the infrastructure in our city and ask themselves if what they see is equitable for all kinds of people in the road, or does it subsidize and cater more for one kind of users or over others. Just know that majority of pedestrian and bicycle fatalities happen when a vehicle runs into them and not them running into vehicles. I have respect for my mayor who, during the finance issue of DART, mentioned that folks who use DART system are not looking for a handout, but a hand up. And I would like to build upon that statement and sentiment and say that as a cyclist, I wish to be treated equitably in this city I live in and within the context of its infrastructure. And that can only happen if there is political will and action.
Thank you so much. Appreciate your comments here today. Okay, anybody else for Citizens Forum? All right, MJ, come on up. Give us your name and address for the record.
All right, MJ Hogue, 413 2nd Street. Kind of dovetailing with what Srijan said. So I am a cyclist, commuter cyclist. So I thought I would kind of explore what that's like as sort of a very specific example. I'm also a fan of the theater, so I thought, oh, I'll pick on Tallgrass Theater and use that as an example of a place I might want to go. And in fact, you know what? There are a few places in that area I might want to go. So I'm just going to make a day of it and show you what that's like. So it's flu season, so I'll start at Walgreens, get myself a flu shot, take care of my health. And then, because that sucks, I'll treat myself to a hot chocolate at, slide you never goes. At La Barista, if my slides work, there we go. And then after that, I'll treat myself, left myself plenty of time, so I'll help myself to a nice dinner or fiesta, and then finally, with a sore arm and a full tummy, I'll head on over and watch some great community theater at Tallgrass. So I'm jazzed, right? It's going to be a great day. However, it's going to be a great day. So pull out my handy dandy. Can I bike the checklist? Right, so the route, most of the route is on, some of the routes on trails, some of it's on sidewalks, some of it's on streets, but what is on streets is on quiet residential streets, so I feel reasonably safe biking. Distance-wise, it's less than 2 miles from home, which is very bikeable. Time-wise, all my places that I want to go are within a half mile of each other, so I'm not going to spend 4 hours biking for an hour of errands. It's reasonably proportional, so time-wise, doing great. All I need is a place to park my bike. Well, poops. There aren't any. Not one of these places has a bike rack. Right? If you hop in your car and you drive somewhere, you can just assume there's going to be parking, and the city has code to mandate that to ensure you can make that assumption. Wouldn't it be nice if we did the same for bikes? Now, we actually do, as it turns out, have code minimum bicycle parking requirements, but it makes for terrible slides. So the code basically is public use lots, though has to be more than 51 cars or more, and increments pretty slowly at a rate of 1 bike per 40 cars to a max of 20 bikes. So by the time you hit that max, you're looking at an 800 car parking lot, which is really big. And it also says basically, yeah, the bikes aren't important, keep them out of the way of the real traffic, which is cars. As you might imagine, that has some issues. One, bike paths are not very useful as a transportation network if there's no place to put your bike when you get where you're going. Bikeable areas tend to have more destinations per acre, right? If everything is surrounded by an 800-car parking moat, you're probably driving, right? Because either biking is going to be unpleasant or it's just going to take too long because everything's so spread out. Which means that the rules that we have don't apply in the places they would be the most useful. So I have some suggestions, which which again makes your table sides. So, but basically require it with all lots, right? You know, like the office lot may not be a public use, but you know, if I want to bike to work, still need the bike parking. Increment it more quickly, so I'll throw out 1 per 10. So even then, at the 20 bike max, it's still a 200 car parking lot, which is pretty big. And then put it in a convenient and conspicuous location, because fundamentally, like, right, if you put it by the dumpster out back, no one's gonna find it, and if they do find it, they're not gonna wanna use it, because that's a terrible place. Now, this is not a big ask of developers or property owners, right? If you're spending $30,000 on a parking lot, the $200 bike rack is pretty much a rounding error. So again, it's not a big ask. Hopefully, it's not a big ask of staff, right? Just little tweaks to existing code, not a big grand re-envisioning of bicycle parking. So like, you guys can get this moving forward right now. If Lynn's back there, you can probably just look at Lynn and say, Lynn, Vegas. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, MJ, for a wonderful presentation, as usual. We appreciate it, and we will take a look at this issue and how to maybe incentivize or look at the code on more bike parking. Appreciate it. It's not something that we've necessarily looked at, so thanks for drawing our attention to this.
Thank you, Jay.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else for Citizens Forum, either in the chamber or online? If you're online and you want to address the council for Citizens Forum, you need to hit *6 to unmute yourself. *6, not #6. All right, Rochelle.
Hello. Hi, Rochelle Long, 106 11th Street. I'm standing as the founder and executive director for Taste of the Junction. And I just wanted to stop by in the hustle and bustle just to say thank you. We are 2025 recipients of the Bravo Operations Grant. So I want to thank, first of all, Sally Dix and her leadership, staff, and the people there, and the city of West Des Moines for being one of the partners that helps fund the Bravo. So we really appreciate it. Those operation funds are going to help us be out in the community again for cultural education, for curation and preservation, and for community building. And without these funds, things like this would not be able to be done. So these operations funds are very important for our organization, and we just want to thank you so very much.
Thank you so much, Rochelle.
Appreciate you taking the time.
Okay, anybody else for Citizens Forum, either in the chamber or online? Is there anybody else for Citizens Forum? Okay, go ahead and give us your name and address for the record, please.
Sure. Amy Buehr, Buehrer,
Okay, and your address?
8415 Mill Civic Parkway in West Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay, go ahead, Amy.
Okay. I noticed that some people seem to be privileged and that they're happy with what you, the mayor, and council do for them. I don't have that privilege. And so, in my opinion, all of you sitting up there need to resign. The 5th District Court judge awarded me money for the widening of the road so that the city of West Des Moines can kill my trees and then plant trees down the center of the road. The only way I get around is by bicycle. And a couple of years ago, I asked if the city, can you hear me okay?
Yep, you're coming through loud and clear. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks. I asked a couple of years ago if the streets could be painted where cars stop in West Des Moines. So I did hear earlier a gentleman say that they go there isn't any painting there, so cars don't stop at the stop sign, and then they almost hit you. So I'm going along with that gentleman, that it's true. I asked that they could paint some lines so that we don't get run over, because I didn't even know that I was almost got hit. Another bicycler told me. But a couple years ago, maybe longer, maybe 3, I asked if they could paint, and then the thing that they said, the reason why they wouldn't paint is because it harms the environment. But I mean, you guys are going to be spraying more chemicals with all the trees and plants you're putting in the middle of the road. But you can't put some paint so that people walking or riding bicycles will be safer. Also, I didn't like it when the city of West Des Moines purposely turned off my power when it was below freezing in the middle of a winter. Because I'm outspoken, the city of West Des Moines tortures me, and I believe does things on purpose to hurt me, and you disabled me with all the things that you've done to me to try and steal my property. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Amy. Is there anybody else for a citizens forum? Okay, hearing no one, citizens forum is closed. We're going to move on to item 3, mayor, council, manager report, other entities update, and we're going to start with item 3A. Hopefully we call the Guinness Book of World Records. We've got 6 people that are going to be sworn in tonight. So with that, will the following firefighters come to the front here to be sworn in? Chief, are we planning on doing everybody in block or individual?
I got
or
a plan for you, Mr.
Okay,
Mayor.
perfect.
Greg
Chief,
Lou,
I will turn it
Fire
over to you.
EMS Chief, how you doing today?
Good.
We have 6 firefighters to swear in tonight. They've kind of been here a while. Some have been here a while. Some have been here exactly a year. We've kind of, I wouldn't say we dropped the ball, but due to timing and people being out on vacation, we're going to do all these at once, even though some of them have been here, I believe, 1 year and 7 months is the oldest, or the most tenured one. What I want to do is I want to call each name. I'm going to have them come down, talk a little bit about them, and then when we get them all up here, Mr. Mayor, I'll have you come up. You're going to swear them in, and then after we swear them in, we will have whoever each firefighter has particularly chosen to put their badge on them come up, and we will have them put their badge on them. So let's start with Cody Walford. Cody? No, Cody's got the kids over there. He's taking care of them. Cody, you've been here about 1 year and 7 months. Is that about right? Yeah. 7, 8 months. So our most tenured firefighter we're swearing in tonight. Cody was born and raised in Red Oak, where he lived for quite a few years. He was on the Red Oak Fire Department for 10 years. As a firefighter paramedic before coming to West Des Moines and coming to work for us. What I know about, and I had everybody write their own bios, and Cody's was the shortest by far, so I actually had to call him today and say, you got to give me some more. And what I got out of him was Cody is an avid sportsman. He likes to go outside and do things. And when he's not doing that, he spends a lot of time with his lovely wife, Melanie, and his 2 kids, Charlie and Stevie, 2 daughters over there, beautiful daughters. Elijah, can you come on up? There's Elijah. Elijah Purtill was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Moved to New Jersey at a young age. I found out where his mother became a dispatcher for a local fire department. And as a single mother, she would occasionally take him to work. Is that correct? Yeah, it should be correct because you wrote most of these. But that's where his love of firefighting began. When he was 20, he joined his local volunteer fire department over there in New Jersey, and the rest is history. He moved in here to West Des Moines, and we're very happy to have him. Nolan Brunson. Nolan grew up in Carlisle. He's the one that about turned off the lights to the whole place here just a second ago. Nolan's works on a farm on his days off. He's attended Iowa State University, currently working towards his fire science degree, and he loves being on the ladder, right? He's a ladder man, likes to be on that ladder. I forgot to mention, we'll start with Cody. Cody's wife, Melanie, is going to be pinning his badge on later. Elijah's fiance, Lindsay, and his daughter, Winter, will be pinning their badge on. And then Nolan's grandfather, Dick Brunson, will be pinning your badge on. And your grandfather was a firefighter for 26 years in Algona. So we appreciate that a lot as well. All right, let's talk about Brett Gillespie. Where are you, Brett? All right, raised in Temecula, California. His father grew up in Grinnell, right? And his father was retired chief of the Downey, California Fire Department. Brett's brother is a firefighter paramedic with the Anaheim, California Fire Department. You might wonder how Brett ended up here. Well, Brett came out to visit family and discovered that he loved Iowa, correct? Enrolled at Kirkwood Community College, attended there, got your associate's degree in fire science, and then you joined the Marine Corps. And went ahead and completed his service for the country being an aviation ordnance technician. And when he got out of the Marines, he came back to Iowa, and we were lucky enough to scoop you up, right? There you go. And his father, Chief Gillespie, is going to pin his badge tonight. Badal Naba. Was raised right here in West Des Moines. If you follow Valley football, you probably know Badal. He's the oldest of four, grew up playing a lot of sports, didn't you? A lot of sports. Attended UNI and Minnesota State in Mankato, where he graduated with law enforcement and criminology degrees, and also played football and track all the years you were there, correct? Yeah, impressive. After graduating, he came back to West Des Moines. He's excited to serve his community. He will be getting his badge pinned on him by his mother, Rachel. It's around here somewhere. Jonathan Bright. All right, last but not least, Jonathan. Born in West Des Moines, then you moved to Norwalk, right? After high school graduation, you enlisted in the Air National Guard as a firefighter. Got deployed once, and in 2023, you were hired here. And it says here you're really happy to be hired. You weren't just saying that because the chief was asking, right? All right, okay. It's a good move for us, but interestingly enough, you're following in the footsteps of your grandfather, aren't you? John McGinn, who was a volunteer firefighter with West Des Moines for 27 years. Yeah, very impressive. Your wife, Haley, will be pinning your badge on you tonight. So, Mr. Mayor, that's a little bit about my new firefighters. If you'd like to come in and swear them in, I'd appreciate it.
Good side, see my good side as well. Okay. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support. The Constitution. Of the United States. And the Constitution. Of the State of Iowa. And that I will. Faithfully and impartially. To the best of my ability. Discharge all of the duties. Of the office. Of firefighter. In the city. Of West Des Moines, Iowa. As now. Or hereinafter. Required by law. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
So Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I appreciate it. Now, we're going to have everybody come up and pin these badges on these folks. This is a tradition that goes back quite a few years, way before me even, which is quite a ways, really, when you think about it. But pin a badge on it. It's very important to the firefighter who they have pin that badge on them. And what that states is they just took an oath and now they're ready to protect the citizens of West Des Moines. So if I could get everybody to come up and we'll stick these badges on them and get them on their way, because I know they don't like being dressed up this long.
This is the really nerve-wracking part right here, and they could get even with you if you haven't been nice.
Yeah, just go right ahead. Yeah, take a stab at it.
God bless.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys get the pictures that you want? You don't need to disperse real quick. Why don't you get a couple pictures if you'd like? This is a big moment. You guys get your pictures, and then we will resume our council meeting.
When all of you are done, take a picture, get me out of the table, no matter what.
Councilman McKinney, we're just taking a few pictures here quick, and then we will let the families take some pictures, and then we'll move on here momentarily.
Hey, no problem, Mayor. I wish I could be there, and congratulations to everybody.
How awesome. Thank you to our firefighters for serving like you do, and thank you to the families that have the sacrifice of letting their loved ones serve for us. Thank you so much, all of you. Okay, moving on to Mayor, Council, Manager report, and I will start down to my right with City Manager Tom Haddon.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Tom. City Councilman Greg Hudson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just really two things. Number one, congratulations to the 6 gentlemen, and I use that word in the most meaningful way I possibly can, because our public safety officials are heroes, and the fact that they are willing to save others' lives and put their own lives at risk is just courage, and I want to congratulate the 6 gentlemen, and of course, thank you to all who are serving. And number two, I just want to wish everybody a happy holiday season. Hope everyone stays safe, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Hardman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just also want to echo what Councilman Hudson just said. Congratulations to all of the individuals that got pinned tonight and sworn in. It's really beautiful sight to see so many of their family members coming out and being a part of their success. So just want to welcome them and say thank you. And congratulations. I'm excited about participating in a panel at Valley High School tomorrow with some colleagues that have made history in West Des Moines. And I appreciate Councilman Hudson for the invite and the panel of distinguished guests. Hopefully we'll enlighten some of the high school students tomorrow about what it means to walk in our journey and how we got to our journey and some of the struggles and some of the barriers we've had to overcome in our lives, because it hasn't been easy. So thank you, Councilman Hudson, for always lifting up different voices and opportunities for your students to hear from folks that might be different than themselves. So appreciate all the work that you do at Valley High School to lift up so much important stuff. Want to congratulate the Chamber for a very successful President's Society dinner. Many of us were there, had a great time, great meal, great connection. I think there were about 58 folks from various companies represented there. And so a wonderful way for the Chamber to pull everyone together to connect. And there were so many connections being made after everyone introduced themselves and what they did. So congratulations to Catherine Harrington and her team for always putting together a phenomenal dinner. I want to thank the Valley Junction, Taste of the Junction, for being here tonight to thank us for the work that they do and lifting up the impact they're making in the community. And so it's really good to hear how funds help them lift up their work. And a lot of people don't do what Rochelle Long did. So thanks for coming just to say thank you. It goes a long way. I ran into Sally Dix on the way in, and I told her that you and I were together today and that you were planning on coming to say thank you. And she was very proud and thought you were an absolute gem. That concludes my report, Mr. Mayor, other than happy holidays to everyone. I know that the holidays represent differences in the way in which we celebrate. That's part of the diversity, equity, and inclusion. Some people don't believe in Christmas. Some people believe in Kwanzaa. Some people believe in other holidays that are important to them. So however you celebrate this season, I say enjoy it with your family and your loved ones and your furry friends, four-legged friends. They're part of family as well. And just take time to be grateful, take time to be thankful for the life that you have and the life that you're living. So happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilman Trevilian.
Nothing this time, Your Honor.
Okay. Councilman McKinney, do you have any report?
Thank you, Mayor. Yeah, I'll just add my appreciation for Rochelle on behalf of Taste of the Junction being there. The support that Bravo is able to provide organizations across the metro area is pretty important, and I thank her for being there as well. There are a lot of, as mayor and everybody else knows, there's a lot of conversations happening, and as a regional organization, Bravo does a lot of good, and I appreciate Rochelle coming in and sharing that perspective. In fact, just this last about 10 days ago, Bravo announced their recent awards to many different organizations across the metro. And so as a reminder to everybody that's in attendance today, 2/7 of hotel motel tax dollars flow through to organizations like Bravo, and then they are able to in turn share those dollars with organizations across the metro. And so the recent awards just went out, and Taste of the Junction, I'm happy, is one of those organizations. I'd also echo the sentiment, and again, I'm sorry I can't be there, but appreciate all of the service that our police and fire and EMS do. I know tonight with the swearing in of 6 individuals, well, I was able to see it here on the screen as I'm traveling. I just a heartfelt appreciation for everything they do for our community. That's all I have at this time, Mayor.
Okay, thank you, Councilman. I've got nothing to report tonight. Just like my colleagues have echoed, though, happy holidays to everybody. I hope you get to spend a lot of time with family and celebrate the holidays. Item 4, consent agenda. Are there any items that any council person would like to have polled and voted on separately? Otherwise, I would take a motion to approve the consent agenda as distributed.
Motion to approve.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Okay, please vote.
Aye.
4 yes.
Okay, item 5, old business. Item 5A, West Des Moines Waterworks, 1505 Railroad Avenue. Amend the zoning map to establish light industrial zoning, West Des Moines Waterworks. We've got an ordinance amendment for approval, the second reading, waiver the third reading, and adoption in final form. There are no outstanding issues and no changes from the previous reading, which was adopted unanimously by the council at our last meeting.
Motion to consider the second reading.
Okay, is there a second? It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Aye.
4 yes, an ordinance amending the official zoning map of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2024 by amending Title IX zoning, Chapter 4 zoning districts and maps.
Motion to approve the second reading.
Second.
Okay, please vote.
Aye.
4 yes.
Motion to waive the third reading and adopt in final form.
Second.
Please vote.
Aye.
4 yes.
Okay, item 6, public hearings, item 6A. This is the time and the place for a public hearing to consider Val Air Ballroom, 301 Ashworth Road, amend the planned unit development ordinance to adjust hours. The restaurant bar in the basement of Val Air Ballroom building is open to the public, initiated by VAB LLC. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice was published?
December 2nd, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have you received any written comments to this hearing?
The Plan and Zoning Commission, by a vote of 6 yes with 1 absent, adopted a resolution recommending approval of the PUD amendment.
Okay, anybody from the audience who would like to address the council on item 6A, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, please hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 6A? Okay, hearing and seeing no one, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We've got an ordinance amendment to the planned unit development for approval of the first reading, and there are no outstanding issues.
Motion to consider first reading.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. I will say that we have got a couple conditions of approval, and basically the first and the third condition are regarding restrictions on the number of tickets sold in order to have them have the downstairs bar and restaurant open to the general public, and as well as the consequences of not doing so. And the second condition relates to the council allowing the downstairs bar restaurant to be open to the general public before the final reading of the amended PUD. And the third condition relates to the applicant complying with the traffic analysis and amending the internal circulation of the site as needed to prevent traffic from causing an issue on Ashworth Road. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Aye.
4 yes, an ordinance amending the city code of the city of West Des Moines, Iowa, 2024, and ordinance numbers 2595 and 2627 pertaining to plan unit development district regulations and guidelines.
Motion to approve first reading.
Second.
Please vote.
Aye.
4 yes.
Okay, item 6B. This is the time and place for a public hearing to consider amendment number 1 to South 81st Street Urban Renewal Area initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice was published?
December 6, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have you received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, is there anybody in the audience that would like to address the council on item 6B? If so, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody in the chamber or online that would like to address the council on item 6B? Okay, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We've got a resolution approving amendment number 1 to the South 81st Street Urban Renewal Plan. There are no outstanding issues, and this was also approved unanimously by the Finance Administration City Council Subcommittee.
Move approval.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, so we moved and second. Is there any discussion?
Just a quick note about this. Yes, this did become before the Finance Administration Subcommittee. And as we talk about what the southwest portion of the city looks like, I think for the folks who live anywhere near the vicinity of Woodland Hills Elementary, having this extension of Stagecoach and eventually Cascade and Stagecoach, but this one's for Stagecoach, is going to make a real difference in saving time when they're trying to get to some businesses over near Walmart, for example. And it's going to take some relief off of Mill Civic too. So I think this is important for the future infrastructure and traffic flow of the southwestern portion of our city. So I am supportive.
Great, thank you, Councilman. Any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Aye.
Pardon me.
4 yes.
Okay. Amy, I think that was you that wanted to speak, but unfortunately you missed the time for public comment on that.
I
So
didn't, you didn't say what it was. You just
Oh,
said six something, 6B or something. And if I'm on the phone, I don't have any way to find out with what that is. And then it was said what it was, but it was already too late.
Okay,
Is
well,
there
Amy,
any way that you guys can say what it is before?
I'm reading it, Amy, and giving the audience a chance to address the council on the item. I'm going to do that on 6C here momentarily. So if you would
Okay.
listen to the public hearing, and then if you want to chime in, weigh in on that at the appropriate time, that would be fine.
Thank you,
So,
Mayor.
okay, thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on then to item 6C. This is a time and place for a public hearing to consider amendment number 6 to Coach Light Drive Urban Renewal Area initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice was published?
December 6, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have you received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody from the audience that would like to address the council on item 6C, please come to the podium,
Sure.
give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Okay, Amy, go ahead. Please give us your name and address.
I'm on Mill Civic Parkway in West Des Moines 8415, and I know this, whatever you're talking about, is right around in my area, but you need to explain what it is that you are doing, please. I don't know, and I'm not going to just let you guys slam the gavel if I don't even know what's going on.
We are amending the area of the urban renewal district. That's what we're doing here. I believe
What does that mean?
we are changing the area of the urban renewal district. I believe that we're cutting out some of the acres of the original district. And let me look, Amy, and I can tell you.
Thank you.
Yeah, but removes a portion of 2 parcels totaling approximately 10 acres from the existing urban renewal area. And that's Exhibit C in the proposed urban renewal plan on the map that we have here. And then as required by law, we had a consultation meeting with taxing entities on November 27th regarding the proposed urban renewal plan amendment. Taking
Well,
those
I wouldn't
acres out.
step anywhere near inside where you all had the meeting with all of that. I got the invitation, but I'm afraid of being arrested because you guys don't like me. And I use my free speech to tell you how I feel. And so, yeah, what most people don't see online is that there's police in the back of the room that's ready to drag you out if you say something that they don't like.
Okay. Any further comment, Amy?
I don't know whether to agree or disagree with whatever you're doing because I don't understand. Most people don't understand, and the amount of information that you put out in your weekly newsletter isn't enough for us to know. And
well, Amy, you can call me anytime and I can explain any one of these agenda items to you if you'd like.
Okay.
I will give you an open invitation for that. So
then, okay, Mr. Mayor, because Mr. Mayor, please listen.
I'm listening, but you got about 30 seconds left.
To me. You know that you don't talk to me. You don't respond to any of my emails. None of you do.
Okay.
So
thank you, Amy, for weighing in. We've got to move on.
Talk to me. That's a complete lie. And that makes you a liar. And that's why I want you to resign. You moonlight
we've heard your request, Amy.
And so you know exactly what's going on. You're an insider and you need to resign.
Okay, Amy, thank you so much. Okay, anybody else on item 6C, either online or in the chamber? Okay, hearing none, I'll declare the public hearing closed. And we've got a resolution approving amendment number 6 of the Coach Light Drive Urban Renewal Plan, and there are no outstanding issues. Someone want to move approval of the resolution?
So moved.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, please vote.
Aye.
Or yes.
Okay, item 6D. Approve a development agreement between Hope Development and Realty LLC in the city of West Des Moines. This is the time and the place for a public hearing to consider agreement for private development initiated by Hope Development and Realty LLC. Ryan, would you please read the date the notice is published?
December 6, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have we received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody in the audience that would like to address the council on item 6D, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either in the chamber or online that would like to address the council on item 6D?
Yes, I would like to continue speaking.
Amy, is it relative to this item 6D, dealing with the development agreement for private development?
On the
Okay, give us your name and address for the record. And you've got 5 minutes and you have to keep your remarks to this item 6D. Go ahead, give us your name and address and go ahead with your remarks.
Amy Buer, 8415 Mill Civic Parkway, West Des Moines. And the person that is in charge of muted me while I was still talking. That's all I got to say. You're all a fraud. This is a fraud. You all need to resign and just let the city manager do everything, because he's in charge of everything anyway. You guys are all just talking heads. Thank you. Bye.
Appreciate it, Amy. Thank you. Anybody else that would like to address the council on item 6D? Okay, I'm going to declare the public hearing closed. We have approval of development agreement with Hope Development and Realty LLC. There are no outstanding issues, and this was also approved unanimously by the Finance Administration City Council Subcommittee.
Motion to approve.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, please vote.
Aye.
Or yes.
Okay. Okay, item 6E. This is a time and a place for a public hearing to consider Ashua and Wild Rose Park play equipment replacement initiated by the city of West Des Moines. Ryan, would you please give the date the notice is published?
November 29th, 2024 in the Des Moines Register.
And have you received any written comments to this hearing?
None, Your Honor.
Okay, anybody from the audience who would like to address the council on item 6E, please come to the podium, give us your name and address for the record. Anybody online, hit *6 to unmute yourself and do the same. Is there anybody either in the chamber or online that would like to address the council on item 6E? Okay, hearing and seeing no one, I will declare the public hearing closed. And we've got 2 resolutions and a motion, which we can take at the same time. There are no outstanding issues, and this was approved unanimously by the Public Services City Council Subcommittee. Somebody want to
Motion for approval.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the dais? Okay, hearing none, please vote.
Aye.
Or yes.
Okay, item 7, new business. Item 7A, Pavilion Park Plat 1, south of EP True Parkway and Napoli Avenue, accept surety and release of final plat to create 22 lots for single-family development and 1 street lot, Wendover Reserve LLC. We've got a resolution for acceptance and approval and release of the final plat. There are no outstanding issues, and there is one condition related to waiver of city code allowing a public utility easement for lot 21 to be in the front yard. Somebody want to move
To approve.
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and second. Is there anybody in the audience or online that would like to address the council on item 7A? Okay, is there any discussion on the dais? Okay, please vote.
Aye.
Or yes.
Okay, item 7B, Pavilion Park Plat 2, south of EP2 Parkway and Venice Avenue, accept surety and release final plat to create 32 lots for single-family development, 2 outlots and 1 street lot, Wendover Reserve LLC. We've got a resolution for acceptance of surety and approval and release of the final plat. There are no outstanding issues, and 1 condition of approval regarding a waiver of city code to allow public utility easement in front of lot 14.
Motion to approve?
Okay, it's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there anybody in the audience or online that would like to address the council on item 7B?
I didn't know what was said. I disabled.
Hey, give us your name and address.
To go to the
Give us your name and
restroom.
address for the record, please. You got to start out every one of these.
Sorry.
Go
Amy
ahead.
Buer, 8415 Mill Civic Parkway, West Des Moines. I heard
Okay.
West Des Moines, and so could you please repeat that? I needed to go to the restroom. I'm disabled, and I didn't hear what happened.
What we're doing is we're dealing with Pavilion Park Plat 2, south of EP2 Parkway and Venice Avenue. We're accepting surety and release of the final plat, which will create 32 lots, Amy, for single-family development, 2 outlots and 1 street lot. So we are accepting surety and approving and releasing the final plat for this development. Okay.
I thought I heard Mill Civic Parkway. I didn't.
No, nope.
Okay, sorry. Okay, thank you.
EP True, yep, okay. Anybody else that would like to address the council on item 7B? Okay, is there any discussion on the dais?
Just between this and the last one, it'll be exciting to have 54 future single-family homes. It's going to be a great spot. So looking forward to approving this and voting yes here in a second. In Ward 2.
Yep, absolutely. Go Ward 2. No, I'm excited about this too. I think we need to add a lot more rooftops to be able to support our city and the businesses that we have here that are successful right now. But I think in the future, we're going to need to continue to have more rooftops put in West Des Moines. So this is a great thing to see. Any other discussion on the dais before we vote? Okay, please vote.
Aye.
Or yes.
Okay, item 7C, West Des Moines Waterworks Plat 1, 1505 Railroad Avenue, approved final plat to create 5 lots for public utility facilities and 1 street lot for reservation of right-of-way, West Des Moines Waterworks. We've got a resolution for approval and release of the final plat. There are no outstanding issues and 1 condition of approval regarding waiver of the rear yard setbacks for the existing structures on lots 3 and 5.
Motion to approve?
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and second. Is there anybody in the audience or online that would like to address the council on item 7C? Okay, is there any discussion on the dais? Okay, please vote.
Aye.
Or yes.
Okay, item 7D, Locust Plat 1, 1205 Locust Street, approve a preliminary plat to create 3 lots for single-family residential development, Greater Des Moines Habitat for Humanity, Inc. We've got a resolution for approval of the preliminary plat. There are no outstanding issues, and this was approved unanimously by the Planning and Zoning Commission. Does somebody want to move approval of the resolution?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Is there anybody either online or in the chamber that would like to address the council on item 7D? Okay, is there any discussion on the dais?
Just a thank you to the Greater Des Moines Habitat for Humanity. They're literally building 3 houses right here in West Des Moines.
Yeah, this is going to be a great thing. 3 new houses added to Valley Junction. This will be great. Okay, please vote.
Aye.
Or yes.
Okay, item 8, receive, file, and/or refer. Item 8A, we will receive and file the 2025 West Des Moines Waterworks budget. Item 9, other matters. Are there any other matters that any council person would like to raise at this time? Okay, Councilman Hudson.
Yep, just one more thing. I just wanted to take a moment to welcome Megan Thole. She is the new Director of Human Resources. So just say welcome to the city of West Des Moines. It's great to have you.
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Councilman. Welcome, Megan. It's good to have you on board. Okay, any other items? Hearing none, we are adjourned into our workshop. Is the workshop going to be here in the chamber? Okay, we will adjourn into our workshop. We will start the workshop here in 3 minutes.